Hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Annabelle, and I want to be vulnerable. I want to talk about what it's like to be a year out from a 6-long manic episode I experienced starting last year, and how I'm doing at the moment, which is, not horrible, but also not ideal, and also discussing the complications of healing and the aftermath of going through something like mania when you are bipolar like I am, and attempting to revive yourself from something as intense as mania. I'm pretty hesitant to divulge the details as to what even triggered my manic episode. I'm feeling a little too vulnerable and a little hesitant to even discuss the fact that I was manic in the first place. That kind of seems like a lot to even go into in the first place. So I'm just going to say that it happened and it was triggered by something. But yeah, I was manic. I was manic for a very long time. I was manic for around 6 months. I should say it was a hypomanic episode, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I have had full-blown manic episodes in the past, but this was more of a hypomanic episode, except I didn't experience a lot of euphoria with it. I don't experience much euphoria when it comes to my hypomania. I don't tend to enjoy them, but I did experience the surge of energy. I did experience the lack of sleep. I did experience the wave of creativity and the need for starting all these creative projects just to keep my mind occupied. But I was having a horrible time throughout the entire thing. I was very miserable throughout the entire process. I could not leave my house. The whole summer, I was kind of cooped inside. I did have a job for about a month while I was hypomanic. It's because I already had the job. I am essentially a gig worker. I work in the entertainment industry. I was working at a theater at the time, and I had about a month left of my contract. My manic episode, I remember the exact day it started. It started June 2nd of 2023, and I didn't stabilize until around beginning of January of 2024, and I eventually got better. I'm here, I'm stable, and I feel good once again. I don't feel manic, but I am feeling other things. Feeling lost, and I'm feeling loneliness. And I'm feeling like it's inexcusable to a certain degree. And I'm feeling a lot of discomfort about it. There's a lot of discourse on TikTok right now about how hard it is to make friends as an adult. And I've been finding that to be very true. I am someone who enjoys my own company. But, I also am an extroverted person. I enjoy the company of others as well. But, it's hard for me to talk to people, and it's hard for me to keep conversations with people. It's been increasingly difficult for me to maintain friendships and conversations with new people. And I don't think that's a unique experience to myself because, like I said, there's a lot of discourse on maintaining and creating adult friendships, right? But I think the unique circumstance in my situation is the fact that I am blaming a lot of this on the fact that I cannot rely on the excuse that, it's because I'm mentally ill, Last year I could not leave my house, Last year I was so out of my mind I could not leave my house. I didn't want to leave my house. I was just stream of consciousness talking. I was doing all these things. I was just having a really bad time, and I couldn't socialize because I was hypomanic for a very long time. And now that I'm stabilized, I try going to Cubbyhole, which is a lesbian bar here in New York City, by myself, and I try making friends, and I try talking to people, and I get overly emotional, and, I'm a little bit of an abrasive person. I'm a born and raised New Yorker, and people are just kind of like, oh, you're a lot. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, and like, I kind of have no excuse for it. But at the same time, I'm sort of unwilling to change as a person because I like who I am ultimately. I'm finding it difficult to find my own people. And I'm realizing that I found a lot of comfort last year in the fact that I was hypomanic, therefore I couldn't socialize, therefore I couldn't make new friends, therefore there was an excuse for me to be isolated and to be alone and to be by myself and to have all these excuses to be alone and to be within myself and to be within my own company and to be unliked. And now there is not that excuse, and I'm just alone, and there is no comfort in that for me. I really love Nirvana, and my favorite Nirvana song probably is Frances Farmer Will Have Her Revenge. It's in utero, and the chorus goes, I miss the comfort of being sad. And I feel that right now a lot. I miss the comfort in having the excuse that I am mentally ill, therefore I can come across as abrasive because I'm having an episode, but that's not the case anymore. I am just sort of being a lot because that's just kind of who I am, and people don't like it. And there's kind of no excuse to it. This is just sort of me, and people are not gelling with me. And, it is what it is. And when I say I'm abrasive, I don't quite know how else to put that. Like, I guess I just make, like, weird jokes and stuff, like, in person. Like, I say, I don't know, like, I say things, I said, I mean, I went to high school in Connecticut, like, if I'm being honest, I did, and I went to college in Massachusetts, but, I said things like my dick growing up. Here's an example of the abrasion I'm kind of talking about. I met an author at a documentary screening right before the 4th of July, and I was chit-chatting with her, and I was just, like, talking to her about how I knew somebody who owned a bookstore and how there was, like, a little event happening every Thursday, but I was just like, I don't think it's happening this Thursday because it's going to be the 4th of July, red, white, and blue, mother. And then she looked at me and she went, that's a lot. And then she walked away. I thought it was a funny joke, but she didn't. And it's that kind of abrasion that kind of turns people off. But it's also that kind of abrasion that I like within myself, and I admire. If I met someone who, like, made a joke like that, I would think it's funny. But I don't make many people. I don't know. I feel like this is going into, like, I'm not like other girls territory, even though I'm non-binary. You know what I mean? This is going into weird territory. I'm just saying that I am entering this deep sense of loneliness that I feel as though a lot of folks who are about my age, which is like late 20s, early 30s, are feeling, but I in particular am hiding behind the fact that I have a very complex history with my mental health and a very complex navigation of my mental health journey, and that a lot of that has to do with my interactions with people, and a lot of it is the reason why people don't accept me, but I don't know if that's true. And it's something I've been grappling with, especially a year out from my manic episode. I don't really know what to do about it. And I don't know what compels me to talk about it right now, but it's just something I've been thinking about. And so, yeah, I don't know. Oop. Here's the thing. I like me. I really do. I like me. I like me a lot. I like who I am. I like the way I look. I like the way that I act. I like the way I think. I like the way I approach things. I think I'm pretty mature, honestly. I think I am good at avoiding bad situations. I think I'm good at avoiding red flags. I think I'm good at sniffing out bullshit. I think I'm a good worker. I think I'm a hard worker. I think I'm a hustler. I think a lot of positive things about me. Yeah, I think I have some flaws that I have to work on. And I know I have some negative traits that I have to fix and navigate. And ultimately, as a person, I'm unwilling to change a lot about myself, not because I am self-destructive, because I don't think I am. I think I'm actually a pretty stable and good individual who has done a lot to change for the better and has done a lot to better myself. And I'm on a corrective path that I am very proud of. And I've done a lot of really great self-healing and self-growth. And I've done a lot of really great work to get where I am in regards to like my mental health. But I acknowledge that a lot of people don't like me. You know, I'm not a lot of people's cup of tea. And that's a little hard. And I'm not really willing to change for people in that regard, because I'm not willing to sacrifice something that I ultimately like, which is myself, in order to appease everyone else just for an arbitrary fake friendship, even though I am sort of desperate for friendship at this state of my life. I mean, I have friends. Most of them do not live near me. Most of them live across the country from me or across the world. Long distance, and I do not see very often. A lot of them I do not chat with very often, which is why I kind of want to create more community and create more space for me to talk to more people. You know, I want to surround myself with like energy and like with really great people and really great like stories and really great individuals and really great like groups. Because who doesn't? But there's sort of an unwillingness for me to adapt and assimilate. For me, I am blaming a lot of that on my mania, even though intellectually I know it probably has nothing to do with that. I think I'm just uncomfortable because last summer I didn't do anything because of my mania. And this summer, I kind of have no excuse because I'm stable and we outside, you know? We're outside this summer. So I just gotta keep hitting up the bars, you know? Keep hanging out, keep chilling, keep having fun, and keep doing me. And if I don't make any friends this summer, if I just keep sitting at a bar by myself, you know, doing nothing, acting like a weirdo, then so be it. It's better than being in my apartment talking to my wife for 6 hours straight while she goes insane while taking care of me, and me creating a project where I create my own dictionary. Yes, I actually did that. I could go into more details about all the projects that I attempted to do while manic. If you want a video on that, because that was a little crazy. thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is my vulnerable chat. If you want more of these, let me know. I'm a little scared talking about stuff like this, but I also kind of like it. Yeah. Subscribe, like, follow me on Storygraph, follow me on TikTok. I have a little Etsy store where I sell Canva templates. Yeah, thank you. Stop by sometime. Keep watching the channel. Hopefully I can post more. I always forget to, but thanks for watching. Bye.